And now, watch new episodes of Cop Rio, only on Cartoon Network. Hello and welcome to Diving in the Lore, where I will explore my original characters and share with you guys their story. Today I will be talking about a story concept I had when making a required character design sheet for my uni enrollment. I created a character named Rio the Carp, and he is a mermaid cop. Today I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. Let's dive in. Cop Rio is intended to be a show on television, specifically on Cartoon Network. Please notice me. I think this would be a really good show to be broadcasted. It's going to be silly, episodic, and appeal to every kid because we have two things they play as, a mermaid and a cop. It's literally perfect. I really wish to have Cop Rio or any of my ideas really produced by the Cartoon Network Studios so bad, bro. Especially since they are now returning from the dead with a new season of Gumball, which I'm very much excited for. Every episode, we follow Rio as he goes on his police officer duties underwater and has some silly adventures with his shark car, Poseidon. To put it simply, our main guy is a dork that watched too much cop series. Rio grew up in between the human world and the underwater world. Him and his sister were homeschooled, but were constantly pushed to socialize in extracurriculars. They were pretty popular among the kids because first, Rio is a real-life mermaid. Omira and Rio share a very close bond. They are a year apart and have stayed together since forever and hang out all the time. Even though they weren't hated in town, they still got some pretty rude and annoying comments, especially targeting Rio. Omira stood up for him a lot and for her family. She is pretty grounded and analytical compared to her brother, who is a little unhinged. The show takes place in the peaceful town of Tortugues and the surrounding sea. Rio lives in a little house that is above and underwater to be convenient for his atypical family, given that two members are mermaids and the other two humans. In order to move around on land, Rio and his dad Archie have movable tubs his dad made. He's also the one who made their house. He's a well-known underwater architect who fell in love with the marine biologist Greta and decided to stop going around to open waters and settle down in Tortugues. And then they had Rio and his sister Omira. Rio aspired to be a cop ever since he was a child, and since he couldn't do it on land, he joined the underwater police department, more specifically the station local to the part of the sea he lived in. Omira is the eldest but is still in school in hopes to become a computer engineer. However, in the meantime, she often helps around improving tech and websites for the police station for fun. I mentioned previously Rio's shark car Poseidon. He's a male great white shark that pops up in their house from time to time. Rio became friends with him when he had to save a shark nursery from a crazy man that wanted to kidnap the eggs with his research team. Poseidon was the first to signal the sea police of the attack and was trying to prevent most cops from being taken. I will now present to you some recurring characters that I have for now. First, Rio's co-workers. The chief, Alfred, is a turtle and he's stronger than he looks. He's famous for catching a whole drug cartel when he was younger. He's 120 years old and was there when the police station opened. Although he's meant to be wisdom personified, he just doesn't give a shit and acts how he pleases. He often is out of town for important matters regarding the international police station, but actually he really is just traveling, visiting family, etc. because that's what green turtles do. They are always on the move. Then we have Shelly, another police officer who is a mermaid and is a single mom that is never seen without her best friend Paco, a big belly seahorse who has a messy love life he can't stop talking about. All they do on duty is gossip. Paco is in charge of smaller animals, while Shelly is in charge of the bigger ones in the local waters. Finally, the local detective Christie, the cuttlefish. His name is a homage to Agatha Christie. Cuttlefishes are masters of disguises, so I thought it was perfect for him. He's very discreet, well, too discreet to the point people even forget he's there. Thankfully, this helps tons with his job. From time to time, they were also joined by a military officer from the International Waters Brigade called Jet. I haven't decided on a design for him yet, because now he just looks like the soldier in My Fairly Odd Parents, but I want him to be able to move his pecs/torso as a form of expression.
What is that? That is a pop of love. Go on and throw a berry. No, go on and throw a berry. There's some right behind you. Grab one and throw it. Don't be afraid the knife will bite. Grab a berry.
And to also casually put it in everybody's face, his body tea. Sounds pretty weird, but you'll see what I'm talking about if I ever get the chance to make another video about Cop Rio. I will try to show you guys my vision, but I think that would be pretty funny. Another character that is important in the story is Leah, Omira and Rio's childhood friend.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Again, don't make me change my mind.
As in the friend they only played with at the beach. Leah is a mermaid that was very emotionally intelligent from a very young age. We don't really know anything about her upbringing at the beginning. Greta and Archie asked her multiple times about where she lived, where her parents were, because they were worried she was in the sea out there without anyone, but she gave extremely vague answers. They eventually grew apart because Leah started getting more consistent education underwater until they met again the summer before Rio was a cop. But that summer it was different. Leah had very different ideas from Rio and Omira. She didn't think sea animals should live like humans and thought it was stupid to apply the law in the sea. She was in her thoughts a lot and was a bit eccentric. Omira and Rio still were attached to the fond memories with her, so they just let her be. She would often get in trouble for her way of doing things. She would get in the way of marine biologists, for example. Still, Rio found ways to bail her out. Now for the villains. My beloved dolphin gang. The concept of a dolphin gang roamed in my idea for quite a while now. I think I probably drew them during the pandemic. The leader is Orcello, the orca, but everyone calls him Big O. He's the smallest orca in the world. He only measures 3 meters compared to the usual height of orcas, which is 9 meters. He was raised in captivity by scientists away from his pod. One thing you should know about orcas is that they eat shark's livers, but Big O prefers salmon because he just doesn't like the fact that livers are so oily. Still, he uses the fact Poseidon fears him to his advantage. The scientist that took care of him watched movies like The Godfather a lot, so he grew up wanting to be the cliché Italian mafia boss. Plus, the mafia community reminded him of the orcapods that hunted in teams. He recruited every one of his members in the wild. He doesn't plan on taking over the world or anything, he just wants to be a mafia mob. The first dolphin he recruited is Damien, the ladies' man, and he's the one I've had the most fun with. I came up with his name when trying to get in character and saying random phrases he would say to female dolphins. And at some point I was like, damn! I thought wouldn't it be so funny if that was his name? Damn! And then it clicked. His name was Damien.
Alert, major bag, alert, major bag.
I gave him tattooed eyebrows for the perfect smug expression. Orcello picked him to be his second hand because of his talent for gun usage, which Damien used to escape his previous life where he was one of the main dolphins of an aquatic show. Then we have Tom Anchor, who constantly talks about his backstory. I was swimming with my mom when suddenly this big anchor fell on my head and got me knocked out. My mom was hit with it seconds later and died. From then on, I decided to make the anchor my weapon. I turned this horrible thing into something I used to fight to honor my mom in it. He's British, if you couldn't tell. His loyalty for the gang earned him Big O's complete trust. And finally, we have Cannoli. He's a baby dolphin that Big O adopted and named. He wants to be a ninja and he uses nunchucks to fight. Let me know which one of these characters is your favorite. Should I make more videos about Cop Rio? I would really love to explore episode ideas. I have so many little jokes and plot ideas that bubbled in my mind when researching about the sea animals that inspired my characters. I just love anything marine biology related. I would love to animate something for Cop Rio if I ever get better at animation, which is one of my goals for 2025 because I really suck. I suck, guys. Even just a scene of Rio putting his glasses or something. Alright, this video is getting way too long. Gotta go. Bye!